name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. Let's start grade 12 summary for final exam. Start with the question and answers. Question number 1, what is accounting? Accounting, which is often just called accounting, is the process of measuring, processing, sharing financial and other information about businesses and corporations. So it's basically accounting deals with balance sheet, and in the balance sheet we have the most important numbers of a company, which are the assets, liabilities and their equity in there. So question number 2 is asking about balance sheet. What is a balance sheet in accounting? A balance sheet is a statement of a business assets, liabilities and owners, equity as of any given date. It can be like in a period of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Okay, it's basically based on the period that the manager and the boss wants. Typically, balance sheet is prepared at the end of set periods, for example, every quarter or annually. A balance sheet comprised of 2 columns. The column on the left lists assets of the company. Number 3, what are the basics of accounting? The basics of accounting, basic accounting concepts used in business covers revenues, expenses, assets, and liabilities. These elements are tracked and recorded in documents including balance sheets, income statement, cash flow statements also. Question number 4. What's the meaning of advertising? The word advertising is derived from the Latin word advert, which means to turn the attention. Advertising is a tool of mass communication. It makes selling possible. It is a macro concept presenting the entire advertising industry. It promotes the goods through information and persuasion. What are objectives of advertising? We have 3 main objectives: informative advertising, persuasive advertising, and reminder advertising. Basically, informative is just to inform the consumers of a new product or a new service. Persuasive advertising is a kind of promotion that tries to persuade the consumer about a certain idea or certain belief. Reminder advertising is a kind of advertising that actually reminds the customer or consumer of the product or service. Number 6, what are the benefits of effective communication for you? Trust, better relationships, problem solving, better self-confidence, and better achievements are the benefits of effective communication. Now, what can you do for effective communication? The first tip is active listening. Active listening is actually treating listening as an active process. It's like listening to understand someone, not to respond or not to reply. So this means participating in a conversation rather than acting as an audience. Active listeners show that they are listening, encourage sharing, and strive to understand the speaker. Like when we are listening actively, we really try our best to understand what the speaker is telling and what that person is actually, what that person means or what really wants to say. So one tip is to show that you are listening. You have to put away distractions like watching TV or phone or anything you're doing, like reading a book or anything, because this kind of behaviors show that the speaker is not important. It's very disrespectful. Putting away distraction allows you to focus on the conversation and help the speaker to feel heard and also to feel important about himself. Use verbal and non-verbal communication like body language, short verbal phrases, clues that match the speaker's effect, responding excitedly if the speaker is excited, for example, or show interest and empathy. So it's like reflecting the mood or feeling of the speaker. That's very important. So verbal reactions are like saying or shaking, nodding your hand, actually nodding your head, sorry, and saying these words. Let's say you're saying that's interesting or that makes sense or understand or something like this are very useful. And also a non-verbal actually reflection are nodding your head in agreement, not moving your head up and down, reaching to emotional content like for example smiling, and also keeping eye contact, which is very important. So for encouraging sharing, you can ask open-ended questions like, what is it like to, for example, be, how did you feel when blah 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 happened? Can you tell me more about the story or something, what happened to that person? So these kind of sentences really help you to get more information from the speaker and also encourage him to speak about himself or herself. And when that speaker talks about himself, he or she will really feel good. So this is an example here, just listen to you. For example, says the speaker says, I've been having a hard time at work. That's way too much to do and I can't keep up. My boss is frustrated that everything isn't done, but I can't help it. So listener says, it sounds like you're doing your best to keep up, but there's too much work. That sounds stressful. Okay, this is just reflecting or paraphrasing what the speaker says and showing that you really understand that person. So the next part of the class, we have some fill in the blank sentences for improving communication skills. Number one is learn to listen. Very important, learn to listen. Number two, pay attention to the body language, your body language. Feel relaxed and be yourself. You don't need to act out. You don't need to play an act, okay? Just you need to be yourself. Avoid crossing arms like this and putting hands in your pocket, okay? Don't put your hands in the pocket and don't cross your arms. Show respect. Use the name of the speaker. Also, for example, admire that speaker or say thank you. You show your gratitude, and other tips that you can show respect, or smile. Greet with a smile and greet with good feeling, and that's number four. Maintain eye contact. Maintain eye contact. Keeping eye contact shows that you are interested and paying attention, but avoiding eye contact shows that you aren't actually paying attention, right? Let's see if we have them. Okay, so number five is ask good questions. Okay, asking good questions, very important. Okay, so asking questions shows that you are paying attention to what the speaker is saying. For example, what kind of questions you ask? You can ask, for example, what is your opinion about, or what do you think about something, or what did you like the most about blah blah blah, some kind of thing. Have emotional awareness. Emotions don't lie. So be aware of your feeling to be better, to be a better communicator. Number seven, avoid interruption. Interruption is very disrespectful. So outcomes of interrupting others is that you can't get information, like somebody will not finish the story or the point that he wants to say, and you may damage the rest of the conversation. That person may not continue his words to say what he really wanted to say. Next one, number eight, is keep it positive. Examples on how to keep positive is talk about good news, talk about your interests, talk about the things you like, not the things you hate, and keep a smile on your face, a little slight smile on your face. Speak clearly, not too fast, not too slow. Avoid using your phone while communicating with others because it's really disrespectful. Think carefully before you speak, before the word comes out of your mouth. Think very, very carefully, and avoid using filler words like well, or you know. Oh, so these are the filler words that they don't have any meaning. Okay, just get to the point, say what you want, be clear, and do your best as communicating with people, because communication, especially as you are getting to university, you are going to university and you will later get into business, will really help you. So good luck to your students. I hope you really enjoyed it. Have a nice day and goodbye.